Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, and thank you, Chairman Babin and Ranking Member Lofgren, for convening this very important hearing at this important time. And I also thank you, Administrator Isaacman, for appearing before the committee to talk about the President's budget request for NASA. As we've talked about earlier this month, we all watched history being made as astronaut Christina Koch became the first woman to fly around the moon. The Artemis II mission has ushered NASA and the American people into an exciting new era, leading the globe in discovery on the moon and deeper in space. It undoubtedly inspired countless future astronauts and scientists to picture themselves exploring the possibility of space. I'm proud to represent North Carolina's 2nd Congressional District, home to world-renowned institutions of higher education like North Carolina State University that are shaping the next generation of scientists, engineers, and astronauts like Christina. Christina, in fact, is a proud alum of NC State and began her NASA journey in 2001 as an undergraduate student. With the support of an NC space grant in undergraduate research and an undergraduate research scholarship, she was able to intern at the NASA Academy at the Goddard Space Flight Center and take an important step toward her future as a record-breaking astronaut. Based on the President's budget request for fiscal year 2027, however, as we've heard from my colleague from Oregon, the Office of STEM Engagement, the same office that supports space grants like the one Christina received, would receive no funding, cutting off young scientists from life-changing opportunities that these programs provide. Ending these grants at a time when this nation just witnessed the wonders of space will thwart the education and dreams of the next generation of scientists who could propel us to new heights and horizons. Administrator Isaacman, NASA's Office of STEM Engagement, particularly the National Space Grant College and Fellowship Project, or Space Grant, has enabled the education and careers of countless scientists, engineers, and astronauts. And you've stated that a dedicated STEM engagement program is unnecessary because if we can execute our mission and get the inspiration, the STEM education will take care of itself. I beg to differ. I would argue that we have seen these programs bridge the gap between inspiration and opportunity, particularly in North Carolina and with one of our Artemis astronauts. What do you say to young students who are thrilled about Artemis II and ask about participating in a space grant internship program like Christina Koch did, or to the next human exploration rover student who would want to pursue this kind of activity? They will be zeroed out. Their future will be zeroed out.
I appreciate the question, Congresswoman, and certainly very proud of Christina and her accomplishments on the Artemis II mission, which was outright historic, and great appreciation for the schools in North Carolina. In fact, I myself spent time at Duke for flight physiology before going to space. I would just say, ma'am, that the OSTEM budget does not encompass all of the grants or internships. In fact, through other divisions within NASA, our pathway internship programs, for example, we issue hundreds of internships every year independent of independent of the OSTEM office, and we also put out hundreds of millions of dollars in grants outside of OSTEM as well. So I agree with you that we do need to bridge the gap at times from just the pure inspiration the missions provide to get students hands-on at times. The grant program does that, and certainly our internship program do it. It's just not exclusive to OSTEM.
Well, I would say that we are at a point where STEM education is more important than it's ever been. And we are in a global race to have the best and the brightest in this country have more opportunities. So I urge you to reconsider this, and I yield back.
Thank you.